profiling. Flare with the flow, put the instrumental in a figure 4 leg lock.
What it do? Wrestling with Fuze. How y'all doing out there? WWE Money in the Bank 2023 pay-per-view is right around the corner, July 1st. Make sure y'all check that out. So what not a better time than go back and relive, experience the first ever WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view 2010. So that's what I did. Now I'm here vibing with y'all to review these matches. But with that being said, let's get into the first match. Okay, we're gonna start off the pay-per-view with a ladder match, 8-man SmackDown brand Money in the Bank ladder match for a contract that will give you a guaranteed match for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Back then, 2010, they had the World Heavyweight Championship belt on SmackDown. They had the WWE belt on Raw. So this was for the World Heavyweight Championship. The participants was Kofi Kingston. He was the IC champ. We had Dolph Ziggler. We had Christian. We had Matt Hardy. We had codyrhodes, the dashing codyrhodes. It was good to see. It was like exciting to see him in his earlier stages. You know what I'm saying? Young codyrhodes. You know what I'm saying? Kofi Kingston. I saw a lot of Kofi Kingston. Dolph Ziggler, I was cool on him as well. Christian and Matt Hardy were more vets at this time. We had Drew McIntyre, young dog in the game. It was good to see him. It was crazy to see him, actually. Kane and the Big Show. So that was the 8 participants in the first match. We kicked it off with a dope ladder match. Well, we're going to see if it's dope. Let's talk about it. Now, I started off with, it started off kind of nice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of little funny spots. Now, again, they had Big Show and Kane in a ladder match. So I was like, I don't know if it's going to be a lot of dope spots. What they going to do with Big Show and Kane. 2 out of the 8 participants not going to do no high-flying moves. You know what I'm saying? Well, they started the match off. 5 of the other 6 participants just jumped the Big Show and Kane. I think Matt Hardy, Christian, they started beating up on Kane. The other 3, they started beating up on Big Show. Codyrhodes went straight for a ladder while everybody was occupied. He tried to go for the briefcase. Big Show, Kane got rid of their little situation. Went over there, smacked him down. I thought that was dope how they started off the match. And that led to another little funny spot with the Big Show in the ladder. You see that a couple times in the match. Something that they, you know what I'm saying, kept going to was Big Show and how would he climb this ladder. So he got a custom-made ladder, reinforced steel, made for him so he can get up there and get the briefcase. But to start off the match, he starts off and he kind of breaks the ladder. He steps on the ladder, breaks, and then he smacks the ladder, that breaks. You know what I'm saying? Showing that he's a giant and that the regular ladders can't hold him. The match went, it was kind of slow to start off. You know what I'm saying? The spots were okay. You know what I'm saying? Then it kind of livened up. Matt Hardy and Christian kind of took control of the match. They had a few spots. You can tell they tried to, everybody probably got together and got their spots together before the match. And I like matchups like that. And we'll discuss that later on in this video why I said that. But they, got together. Hopefully they got together. They just didn't call the spots out there during this ladder match. But again, to me, it was kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? But then, like I said, Matt Hardy, Christian started doing some, vet type style because they were the vets when it come to ladder matches for sure. Y'all already know that. Table ladders and cheers matchups and stuff like that. I thought a dope spot was when Codyrhodes did a little back body drop to Kofi Kingston off the ladder. That was a pretty dope spot to me, you know what I'm saying? Then Kofi Kingston, it started to pick up, like I said. Kofi Kingston and Drew had a spot outside, you know what I'm saying? I think Kane was whipping on people outside, and it led to Kofi doing a top rope move on Drew McIntyre, knocking him through the announce table. So I thought that was dope. The Big Show choke slam to Dolph was one of my favorite spots, if not my favorite spot throughout the match. Dolph was up there trying to get the ladder. Big Show pushed the ladder, and Dolph fell from the ladder right into a choke slam. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, the end of the match ended up seeing Kane getting up there, taking the briefcase, becoming the Money in the Bank for the SmackDown brand. The fans were excited. And also, I guess coming into the match, Kane was kind of heated. He was trying to figure out what happened to the Undertaker. I guess weeks prior to the event, somebody laid the Undertaker out, so he was searching for whoever did that to his brother. And that's going to come up later on in this pay-per-view as well, because I guess The last person he was after was Jack Swagger, and he's in a event coming up later on in this event. We'll talk about him. But that was the first match. Overall, I think it was dope. Like I said, not too much dope. I'm not lie. It started off kind of slow, then it picked up in like the midway of the match, and they started doing some dope spots. Salute to codyrhodes, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Drew McIntyre, Matt and Christian. They was doing their thing. It was dope to see them like more on some tag team type deal. They was on like teaming up to get rid of the Big Show and teaming up to get rid of Kane and doing a little stuff like that and then fighting each other. It was dope. Kane and Big Show, they did what they could do as far as being in a ladder match and being that big. And salute to Kane for winning. Like I said, the crowd was behind him winning, and that was the first matchup. Overall, if I had to give it out of 5 stars, I give it a generous 3. A generous 3 because I liked it a lot of spots in that choke slam to Dolph Ziggler was hot. And then, like I said, Drew went through a table. It was some dope, and there was some comedy spots in the beginning. So it was dope. Like, the match was dope. And then I also liked it when the Big Show, you know what I'm saying, was trying to get the ladder, the reinforced ladder that he had customized for himself. He had it under the ring, and there was a spot when he was trying to get the ladder in the ring. And I don't think it was that heavy, but if it wasn't, I liked his acting. He did that perfect. Big Show was showing that he was becoming better and better and better and better. Because I remember when he came as Paul White, and it took him some time to develop into that Big Show that we all love today. But again, that ladder spot when he was trying to get the ladder in the ring was dope. They end up, I mean, the match was dope. So y'all check that matchup out. Drop some comments in the comment section below what y'all think. Like I said, I'm gonna give this match about a solid 3, bro. It probably could be a 3.5, but we're gonna rock with the 3, and we're gonna keep it moving. Now, match 2, we saw Alicia Fox defending her WWE Divas Championship against Eve Torres. It wasn't that long of a match, pretty quick match, you know what I'm saying. They had some good little spots, you know what I'm saying. Both of them are good athletes and good competitors in the ring. Alicia Fox was always one of the better female or diva wrestlers, you know what I'm saying. She was very talented. She ended up getting the win against Eve Torres. Not too many spots to talk about, but a dope match overall, just to see the females go out there and compete in the pay-per-view. So that was good to see them do their thing in match number 2. Match number 3, we saw a tag team championship match for the Unified Tag Team Championships. In 2010, they had the tag team belts unified. So actually the Hart Dynasty had both of the belts, so they were unified, and they went against the Usos, a lot of people's favorite tag team, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. And it was crazy to see the young Jimmy and Jay out there with, I think, Tammy or some shit, I forgot her name, forgive me, baby, but I think she wrestled as well. And then the Hart Dynasty, you know what I'm saying, just that dynamic, you know what I'm saying, them coming up through the family or just being related to family members of the Hart Foundation. You had David Hart Smith, and then you had Tyson Kidd, and they was with Natalie, you know what I'm saying, so she was the piece that brought all that together. And like I said, they were the tag team champions back then. Young Jimmy and Jay, but you know what I'm saying, even the commentators were saying like they the future. Good matchup, actually. It was a decent matchup. They had some dope spots. David Hart Smith was actually pretty good, you know what I'm saying. To me, he had some dope spots. Jimmy and Jay did their thing. It was actually some dope spots in this match on some real stuff. Jimmy and Jay looked like they played it out. They played it out pretty good. Jimmy and Jay looked like they could win the match at a point in time. They did like they little alley-oops or whatever. I thought that move was pretty good as well. And then I don't know if it was Jay or Jimmy, he went for a high-flying move. Didn't go so well. But at the end of the day, Tyson Kidd was able to do his thing, and then David Hart Smith was able to put one of the Usos in the sharpshooter, win the match by submission. Also, they female that was with I'm gonna just call her T, Lady T. My bad for not knowing her name. I feel so bad. Lady T, though, that was with the Usos. She tried to interfere in the match, and that gave Natalya a chance to get a spot in the match. So I thought that was dope. She went over there, handled her up, you know what I'm saying, right quick, gave her a quick body slam outside the ring, like, damn, Hart Foundation type deal. So the Unified Championship match, The Hart Dynasty, they kept them unified championship belts. Left out of there with the dub. Salute to both of them. That match was dope. You know what I'm saying? But we going to get on to the next matchup. Okay, so after the unified tag team championship match, we went into the World Heavyweight Championship match with Rey Mysterio versus Jack Swagger. Yeah, so we had the Women's Divas Championship match, and then we had the Tag Team Championships on the line. Now we went straight into the World Heavyweight Championship match. Rey Mysterio, Jack Swagger. This matchup was good. I also did a short on this matchup as well, so y'all can check out my short feeds and drop some likes and show some love to my short feeds. I basically break down the match in like a minute. Dope match, dope history on the match. They give you the background of the match and how Jack Swagger was the champ, and then he lost it in a fatal four-way matchup against he went against Big Show, CM Punk, and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio ended up beating him fair and square, sent Jack Swagger in a rage. The following weeks he just was tripping until he got that match against Rey Mysterio. He kind of put pain to Big Show. I don't want to say he put him out or injured him, but he messed up his ankle. You know what I'm saying? He did mess up his ankle, that injury to the Big Show, which they also talked about the ankle injury in that SmackDown ladder match with the Big Show. I should have said that, you know what I'm saying? They worked on his ankle, and now it makes sense because Jack Swagger put him in the ankle lock. You know what I'm saying? Then weeks later, again, he attacked Rey Mysterio, all leading up to this Money in the Bank rematch because he put his clause in for his rematch clause. But he beat up Rey Mysterio weeks prior, injured him, messed up his ankle. Leading into the match, the matchup was good. Jack Swagger was trying to get to that ankle all through the match. Rey Mysterio, relentless, doing his thing, trying to avoid it, getting beat up, doing some more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Classic storytelling as far as like injury and targeting somebody injuries. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the match, okay? End of the match, Rey Mysterio pulled out some of his inner Eddie Guerrero, and he saw that Jack Swagger was getting that to his ankle, so he got to the ropes, he did something, and he was able to unloosen his boot. And Jack Swagger went for the ankle lock again. Rey Mysterio was able to slip out of the boot, roll him up into like a pin, get him up out of there, you know what I'm saying? Won the match. Now, this was stuff get crazy. Jack Swagger didn't take that loss lightly, as you would assume. Continued to beat Rey Mysterio. You know what I'm saying? Well, went back in there, caught him off guard because Rey was still, playing hurt. He was hurt, wobbling because he, ankle messed up. Jack Swagger gave him a good beating. He ran back in the ring, started beating him some more until Kane came out. Crowd went wild. Like, yeah, somebody coming down there to help Rey Mysterio. Kane started beating up on Jack Swagger because Kane, thought Jack Swagger had something to do with the Undertaker. You know what I mean? So Jack Swagger, he running up the ramp. Kane following him, beating him up, They go to the back, They show him, follow him to the back. So he's just whooping his ass all the way to the back. He go back to Rey Mysterio. He finally getting this little celebration because he just kept his belt. Lil Rey, he looked great with the World Heavyweight Championship. I should have said that at first. Rey Mysterio was looking awesome with the World Heavyweight Championship. Just some people look good with that joint. Jack Swagger was dope too. That's one of my guys that I just wanted to, rise, even though he got a shot. Dolph Ziggler, Wade Barrett, people like them. But let's stick to the story. You know what I'm saying? Ray in there finally celebrating, and then all of a sudden, bam, Kane intro hit, and fire everywhere. Here come Kane with the Money in the Bank briefcase that he won in the first matchup. And the referee, he walked down to the ring. Rey Mysterio was just like devastated, like, oh man, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap now. Guaranteed contract match anytime he come cashing in. I should have said that as well, but I'm pretty sure y'all know Money in the Bank, you can cash it in whenever. You can catch him at a vulnerable time, right after a match, and cash it in, which Kane did. You know what I'm saying? Went down there, cashed it in. Rey Mysterio tried to get out the ring, grabbed him by that injured ankle. Choke slam, crazy choke slam. Picked him up, crazy tombstone. 1, 2, 3. Crowd went wild for Kane, winning the World Heavyweight Championship belt. Yeah, I was right. And that matchup, I give it a 4. Maybe a 4.5 because that excitement from Kane, but I got to see where my scale at. But that matchup was great. Let's say that. The other matchup was good. The women's matchup was okay. The tag team matchup was good. that matchup was great. It was dope. I liked the storyline. I liked how it all developed. It caught us the shock factor. Awesome job. Awesome job. Now after that amazing match, we had the Raw brand Money in the Bank ladder match for a contract that will give you a guaranteed matchup for the WWE Championship at any time. You know what I'm saying? And the participants was Edge, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, The Miz, Mark Henry, Ted DiBiase, Evan Bourne, and Adam Morrison. And salute to all the participants. This match was a good one. A lot of dope spots. And I believe I did a short on this one as well, so you can check the shorts out. Man, I had fun watching this pay-per-view, man. So I just thought might as well do a whole review on the joint, and I'm going to start doing these more often. But like I said, this matchup was dope. Mark Henry had some dope spots. I hope I said Mark Henry as well. If I missed out on Mark Henry, that he was also in the match. Sorry about that. Mark Henry had some dope spots when he gave out the world's strongest slam twice. You know what I'm saying? Edge was doing his thing. Chris Jericho, Miz, Randy Orton went crazy with RKOs. I think he gave out like 3 of them. Because him and Edge was kind of like, working together on some nonchalant. You know how they was back at the time. So they like, we just, you know what I'm saying? So they just, like they dumped Ted DiBiase out the ring. They did a couple things together. And when they dumped Ted DiBiase Jr. out the ring, Miz saw a chance to try to spear Randy Orton, and he just ran right into an RKO. I think that was one of my highlights of the night. Like that Big Show choke slam. That was definitely one of my highlights of the night. Then Randy Orton caught, I think he caught Adam Morrison. Snatched him off the ladder, caught him with one, and then ended up taking Evan Bourne high flying move. That spot was dope. Chris Jericho caught an RKO. That was dope. Edge took a couple drops. A couple people took some drops. That match was nice, man. I love how they set up the ladders. They really set them up great. Like, I would just be watching the ins and outs, you know what I'm saying, how they setting these ladders up and who where and you know what I'm saying, who where when they supposed to be and who need to do what. I'm probably butchering that, but that go back to the first matchup when I was talking about everybody sitting down and coming up with the matchup. Seemed like everybody did that pretty fairly well on this Raw one. They did great. I don't know if it was botches. There was some botches in a couple of these matches. I believe with the first matchup for sure with the Big Show on them, they botched a few moves, you can tell. But with this one, everybody was like in sync. They was on time. When they set the ladder up, they didn't go straight to the spot. You forgot why they set that ladder up, and then about 5 minutes later, they end up using it, or 10 minutes later. I mean, again, like I said, the chemistry was there. Everybody played their part. They was on time for the most part. Mark Henry had a few times where he was kind of late to get in there. Because I just look at that part, how they standing on the ladder, waiting on somebody to come, and you know what I'm saying? Them type of movements. That's what I look for. Like the Evan Bourne spot, he was up there trying to get the briefcase, but nobody came in there quick enough. And even and you just sit there like, you know what I'm saying, why he can't get it down, you know what I'm saying? But it be them spots that I love watching and just seeing what people gonna do when the heat is on, when the spotlight is on. But again, not to make that too long, I did like that matchup. The Miz end up pulling it out in another dope spot in this matchup was Ted DiBiase was accompanied to the ring by Maurice, who is Miz's current wife. You already know Miz and Maurice or whatever. So back then, she was, walking Ted DiBiase Jr. down to the ring. So she was a part of the match. One part of the match, she tried to get up there. Everybody was knocked out. She tried to get up there and get the briefcase for Ted. But Adam Morrison caught her, you know what I'm saying? And Ted tried to sneak behind him and get that joint. It was some nice spots, but it was dope. That was even more incredible, if that's the word. I'm just going through it, y'all. I ain't trying to be perfect, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Mr. Perfect, you know what I'm saying? But that was just dope to witness that and just know, like, damn, she saw Miz win his first Money in the Bank ladder match. He went up there and grabbed that thing, had some words for the crowd, went crazy on their ass, let them know he here, fuck all the doubters, all that good stuff. And it was just dope. And you know what I'm saying? Then you see her right there, kind of in the corner right there helping out Ted, but just watching it all, just to know, like, years later they like one of the hottest couples out, you know what I'm saying, the entertainment period. So salute to the Miz, salute to that matchup, man. Again, all of them professional, very, very professional. Everybody played their part. Ted DiBiase, Evan Bourne, Adam Morrison were great additions to that match. And when you go back to the first matchup, I forgot who was in that matchup to compare it to them. But at that time, I guess it would have been Drew McIntyre, codyrhodes, and maybe Dolph Ziggler. I think Ted DiBiase, Evan Bourne, and Adam Morrison did a better job. You know what I'm saying? They did a better job. And that's just me being honest. But that was that matchup. I get that matchup super great. It was great for me. I liked it. I enjoyed that matchup a lot. Let's get into this last matchup. In the last matchup, we saw John Cena going against Sheamus, the WWE champion, trying to get his belt back from Sheamus. It was a nice matchup. Now, you know what I'm saying? They show a backstory leading up to this match, similar to the Rey Mysterio and Jack Swagger joint. And theirs involved the Nexus group. So it was a time when that Nexus clique came in. I think they was like 7 deep. A few members that I know pretty much like 5 of them except 2 of them. And I think I know one of them. I know for a fact I don't know one of them. But Ryback, Heath Slayer, you know what I'm saying, Wade Barrett, a few more people were part of that clique. And they was tough at the time. I didn't really get to catch that Nexus joint back in my day when it came out. Back in the time when it came out, I didn't get to catch them like that. But they was a part of the storyline. They was coming to the WWE, taking over Raw, you know what I'm saying, causing ruckus. But at the same time, they was kind of helping Sheamus. And without knowing it, I think he was a part of it at the end. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We had to see. But at this point, they was just running rampant and just causing hell in WWE. But by them doing that, Sheamus was able to beat John Cena and get out of these situations. You know what I'm saying? So, John Cena, Sheamus, WWE Championship on the line. Still cage match. Not gonna lie, it wasn't too overwhelming to me. Like it was a slugfest with them two. They had their previous matches from you could hear from the commentation. So I mean the commentators that they were, you know what I'm saying, battling it out for months prior. It was just like a storyline. You know how John Cena, you know how it be. Sheamus was that man too. When he had the belt, Sheamus was tough though. So salute to Sheamus. He's still out there doing his thing. But anyways, it was a slugfest. It kind of picked up a little bit later. Salute to the King. His commentary was great during this match. He just didn't understand it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It could have been better, but they tried to tell a story. You know what I'm saying. John Cena had got busted open prior to the match, so they was trying to talk about, you know what I'm saying, maybe, you know, throwing his head against the cage. It was just a lot of little stuff like that. And then the angle they was going with was neither man wanted to exit the cage. They rather pin each other. You know what I'm saying. That's just that competitive. Well, the match got to where it was trying to land the plane and come on home, and then Nexus came out and basically was trying to beat on both John Cena and Sheamus. More John Cena than Sheamus, because I think they're like 7 deep. It was only like probably 2. I don't know. There's a couple of them over there with Sheamus. But anyways, both John Cena and Sheamus tried to get out of the cage, and Sheamus ended up getting out first. John Cena was left there on the gate. And I guess it was bringing that rage out of him, because after the match, he beat up a few members of the Nexus, and then he walked out, and that was the end of the pay-per-view. That match wasn't the best. I don't really recall any dope moves. The suplex off the top ropes was okay. He tried to do the 5-knuckle shuffle off the top ropes and missed it. The bro kick was okay. You know, it was a few spots, but you know, it wasn't the best at that point, because you had already saw that Raw Money in the Bank match. You already got that excitement from the Rey Mysterio and Jack Swagger, and then the ending of it, that's more excitement, like a surprise. You know what I'm saying? You already, the beginning of the match, like I told you, the crowd was so hyped for Kane. And then you had your other matchups with the ladies. They did their thing. It was quick. The tag team match was fairly quick. They did their thing. Had some spots. So, you know what I'm saying? When it came down to this last one, then it's coming right after the Raw Money in the Bank. It was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to say it was okay. And overall, the pay-per-view was nice to me. I think the Money in the Bank matchups, and then the Rey Mysterio and Jack swagger and how they did the Kane shit with that. I think all that made this pay-per-view a thumbs up for sure. Replay value there. So I encourage y'all to go check that out if y'all want to revisit some old wrestling. It ain't too old, you know what I'm saying. Revisit, history, you know what I'm saying, and catch some superstars like Drew McIntyre. You can catch him when he was coming up. Codyrhodes when he was the dashing Codyrhodes. He was a narcissist. He wasn't even that big back then. He was a high flyer back then. More with the Kobe Kingstons and Dolphs and the Continental, run type shit like that. But again, man, this was Wrestling with Fuze. Had to drop by, had to review WWE Money in the Bank 2010. Hope y'all liked it, man. Please drop a like, help this video get to another wrestling fan or somebody else that might want to watch this video. Comment below. I'm gonna vibe with y'all. I appreciate y'all as always. Believe and have a great day.